Bryan Johnson is a 47-year-old American entrepreneur born in Provo, Utah. He is the CEO of several companies like Kernel, a company that develops neuroimaging devices, or Braintree, a mobile and web payments company that he sold in 2013. However, he is mainly known for his anti-aging projects that he named Project Blueprint. This project consists of a strict diet, sleep schedule, and sport program, but also some less ordinary methods like swallowing more than 60 pills in the morning, luminotherapy and electromagnetic stimulation sessions, or blood and plasma transfusions taken directly from his 19-year-old son. Johnson claims that his body is now the equivalent of an 18-year-old body, and that he slowed down by 28% his pace of aging. The entrepreneur believes that his example will inspire people and want to spread such treatments and protocol around the world. He envisages a world where people live to 120 or 150. He also launched his brand Blueprint that sells food supplements, protein or other types of prepared mix to drink or eat. But this type of treatment causes ethical concerns. Firstly, not everybody is a multimillionaire and can dedicate all their time and money to an anti-aging project like Johnson. But even commercialized products like Blueprints are really expensive, and if other anti-aging treatments came out, they will probably also be expensive. Therefore, we can think that this kind of treatment will increase social and economic inequalities by making only the rich live longer. Secondly, research for anti-aging treatments will cost a lot of money, and even Bryan Johnson's experiments on himself already cost a lot. In 2023, he confessed that his regime cost him $2 million this year. Consequently, we could argue that all this money would be more useful if it's used to address immediate health crises and improve global healthcare access, or even to search for a cure for cancer or HIV, instead of making the rich live longer.
So let's take a look at the scientific and practical consideration. First, what is the current state of the research on the anti-aging process? We are still in the early stages of development, and it remains a lot of unknowns and uncertainties. Progress have been made, although currently we have not any proven method to significantly extend the human lifespans without risks. Experimental treatments have shown mixed results, with some failing to deliver the promised benefits, and it's difficult to translate the findings from animal models to humans. Moreover, recently Bryan Johnson have failed a new experiment on himself. Indeed, he was trying to rejuvenate his face with the project Baby Face. The goal was to fill the dips in his face caused by the diet with injection of fat under the skin. It was donor fat because he hadn't as much fat on himself, but he quickly experienced a severe allergic reaction. His face swelled up to the point of a temporary blindness, and he was back to the normal a week later. However, we can't know the potential long-term effects. However, we can't know the potential long-term effects on his face, although he ensured they are already working on a new protocol. This incident underscores the unpredictability and the potential dangers of those experimental rejuvenation treatments, and in our opinion, some risks are not justified, especially when the benefits are uncertain. Finally, the environmental impact must be taken into account. First and foremost, because extending human lifespans will directly increase the demand on resources such as water, energy, and food. Indeed, as long as we live, we consume those resources, and that's why we have to keep in mind those considerations, especially in a world already using more than what the Earth can provide. In addition to this, we should consider the environmental footprint of life extension technologies, that can be the energy and the resources to produce the complements, or the energy to realize these exams, and the entire process of manufacturing the equipment.
Nevertheless, even if we criticize him on his experiments and way of life, he helped a lot the scientific community. Indeed, if they want to know exactly what to do to help the humanity, they just have to do the exact inverse of Bryan Johnson. Besides, Bryan Johnson is engaged on the social question. Indeed, the treatment is proposing only costs 2 million per year. Really affordable when you got 16 times the gross domestic product of a country like Mongolia. Bryan Johnson got around 16 times the grocery domestic product of Mongolia, as everyone. In addition to all the ethical questions raised by the living way of Bryan Johnson, we can criticize him and his actions on the scientific arguments. Bryan Johnson is not a physicist. In fact, it is way more accurate to describe him as an insane person, obsessed by his life expectancy, than other scientific. How to recognize a physician? Not a physician, a physician. Indeed, the research about anti-aging are still at the beginning, and Bryan Johnson seems affirm without any hesitation that his method is functional and riskless. Whereas all scientific community is telling that nothing can prove the efficiency of his method, and even worse, that it could be really dangerous for health. For example, the doctor Cyriac Abbey Phillips told that the medications taken by Bryan Johnson are excessive and could potentially cause several problems, like the calcium AKG used every day by Bryan Johnson. Had only been tested on mice, but never on human. So we don't have any knowledge on the potential risk and potential danger of using it every day. Dr. Abbey Phillips even compared him as a hustler. Besides, recently, an Indian physician accused Johnson for not having any proofs, and even if Johnson said that he got some, we are still waiting for them. To put it in a nutshell, Bryan Johnson has no idea of what he is doing. It's like seeing a Platist speaking about astronomy, or an astrologer speaking of psychology. He don't know what to do with his time, so he uses it to have more. Remembering to everyone the old myth of Sisyphus.